Time for the 49ers Rush Podcast.
We are now at number 31 of the 49ers roster countdown. And today we got defensive tackle Maurice Hurst, who has been a Christmas present waiting to be unwrapped. And man, just last year was a weird year. Got hurt during training camp. They kept him on the active roster because they really do value this guy. They like what he brings to the table. Comes back for 2 games, played very meaningful, good snaps. Got hurt again. So only 2 game appearances in his 1 year with the 49ers. He is 27 years old, entering into his 5th season. And this was one of the top draft choices in the draft whenever he came out. But again, he had some medical issues, some heart issues. That seems to have passed all those things. So we're going to dive into everything you want to know about Maurice Hurst, who was, by the way, getting all of the first team's reps at defensive tackle in mini camps and OTAs. Now, Javon Kinlaw and Eric Armstead were not there, but he's going to be that kind of Bravo group, second defensive line group that steps in. He's wearing jersey number 96, 6'2", 290. Much smaller. Penetrating 3 technique, kind of just a he's a pain in the butt. That's the best way to say it. Like, he's a disruptor for the offense. He's not one of those big stonewall guys that just absorbs blocks. He is small, he is quick, and he plays on the correct side. He's slasher. That's what you got to think about him. Now, he went to Xavier Brother High School, the Hawks, in Westwood, Massachusetts, which is southwest of Boston. And it kind of makes sense. His father, Maurice Hurst, played NFL cornerback for the Patriots. Man, he was there for 7 years, had 27 career interceptions for the Patriots. Father was a 4th-round pick, played 105 games. I mean, he was 1989 all-rookie team. Dude was a beast. And while he was playing for the Patriots, he met his mom, who was an NFL cheerleader for the Patriots, and thus we now have Maurice Hurst Jr. And so, you know, you kind of look at what Maurice Hurst was able to accomplish in high school and college. And as we go through those, I'm going to throw up some game tape here. So again, if you're watching with us on YouTube, you get to see the video breakdown and some highlights of his time with the Raiders before he came over with us. Now, if you want to see the full, coaching tape breakdown on the stuff, Patreon, that's available over there. Every video we've ever done, as soon as you subscribe to Patreon, you get them all, which I think it's over 260 videos. And we're starting a Football 101 series, breaking down what cover 3 means, what's cover 6, run game responsibilities, what's a 4-2-5, all that kind of stuff. That's over there. Just go to patreon.com/49ers Rush Podcast or Google 49ers and Patreon. It'll be the first one that pulls up. Now, whenever he was, again, let's go back to kind of what he did at Michigan was unreal. He goes to Michigan, consensus All-American, first team. He was the 2017 Bo Schembechler Team MVP award winner, Defensive Player of the Year award winner, 4-year Letterman, consensus first team All Big Ten. He just did everything. Appeared in 46 games and had 17 starts at the defensive tackle position. And he just caused problems. 33 career tackles for loss, 12.5 sacks, all that kind of stuff. 4-time academic All Big Ten. Big Ten's no joke when it comes to academics. This kid is smart, and again, out of the 90 players or so on this roster, which we started at 90, we're at 31 now. I would say of the 90 players, I'd probably say 75 were academic all-conference in college. It's insane just how it keeps going. Now, one of the things that I thought was interesting, his time at Michigan, he has the highest single-season grade ever for an interior defender at the college level from Pro Football Focus. He had a 96.5. in 2017. This dude, I had a 2nd-round grade on him, a high 2nd-round grade. A lot of people had 1st-round grades on him. Coming into the draft, again, another one. He earned the University of Michigan Athletic Academic Achievement Honors all 3 years he was eligible, 2014, 15, and 16. And so the thing was, he was going to be a 1st, 2nd-round pick, and he goes in and gets an EKG at the combine, which showed an irregular heartbeat. And it was it scared teams off. It really, really did. And so he fell. Whenever he got drafted in the 5th round, number 140 overall, it was one of those, okay, it's either going to be a great pick or he's going to be out of the NFL. Well, the heart stuff has subsided, no issues. He's been cleared, and all those things have gone really, really well for him. Now, one more thing that I think is important, he has his master's degree already in social work, which is incredible. Again, another person, a lot of empathy, wants to help people. Incredible. I love it. Now, let's look at what he was able to accomplish at the combine athletically. He ran a 4.98 40, pretty good. 29 bench press reps, pretty good. 3 cones, 7.7, not great. Vertical 31, good. My write-up on him before he was drafted, so this is going back to my 2018 draft book before he was drafted. I said smaller penetrating 3 technique, might just be a 2-down player, which that's kind of what he is. He's not a pass rusher. He is a run disruptor. And if you're watching these highlights, you can see dude hits creases and just causes issues. Now he has a tendency to try to turn his shoulder slip through the hole. He's not a power player. Does get turned around. So like he'll have like 2 or 3 good reps, then 1 really bad rep. Which, again, is why 1st and 2nd down player only. But he's a backup. This is a Bravo 2nd defensive tackle group that comes in to spell Kinlaw and Armstead. Very inconsistent, seems to have a huge play followed by a missed assignment. My athletic comps for him, Mike Daniels and Dominique Easley. And, to be honest with you, you look at Kevin Givens. Him and Kevin Givens are the exact same build, measurables. They're identical to each other. My player comparison was Amobi Okoye with more aggression. You remember the 20-year-old rookie that went to the Texans? He was a fun one. And I thought he'd go anywhere in the 2nd round, but that was before you had the issue with his heart. Again, 5th round pick by the Raiders in 2018. And, he was with the Raiders for 3 years. He played in about 40 games for them, had about 17 starts. And, again, he was exactly what we thought he would be, where he's a rotational defensive lineman that can go out there and cause problems. And that's exactly what he was. And, he signed his new deal with the 49ers, 1 year, $1.1 million deal, $102,000 signing bonus, and $102,000 guaranteed. So this is a player that you could, quote unquote, move away from, and you're going to be okay. Not a lot of guaranteed, but they like him. They like him so much. If you remember back to the initial 53-man roster last year, 2020, he was injured. They still put him on the initial 53-man roster. Then they put him on IR, short-term IR, and brought Jake Brendel back. They were willing to keep him over Jake Brendel, who is the projected starting center for the 49ers going into 2022. So they really, really, really like this guy. Now, he served his 3-game short IR last year, which is 4 now. But anyway, came back. He played weeks 4 and 5, and he played well. Only got 41 snaps, about 20 snaps a game, and got hurt again. And then that was kind of it for him for the year. He didn't play anymore. But he had a 71.0 grade on Pro Football Focus, had a couple, solo run stops, did have 1 missed tackle, but it showed, and that was coming off an injury. We haven't seen him healthy. Now, he's fully healthy now, which is great, and that's going to be key, because if the same thing happened in 2021 as it did this year, let's say he gets hurt in training camp, I don't think he's going to make it. I think they want him really, really bad, but Kinlaw's healthier. You have Armstead inside now. Givens showed out last year. And I would put, just on the depth chart, I would put Maurice Hurst on top, higher than Givens. But again, he hasn't shown it for the 49ers. 17 career starts, 42 games played, 17 career starts, 8 sacks, 9 tackle for loss, 17 quarterback hits. That's kind of where his numbers are. He's making this roster. There's no doubt about it, but it's a 1-year deal. Is he a long-term 49er? I don't think so. But that's not what this list is. This is the highest impact players on the 49ers for the 2022 season. And just think about all those snaps last year that you saw number 95 Kentavious Street get, which was really, really bad. He's going to replace those snaps, him and Hassan Ridgeway. So you're turning a weakness into a strength. Now, does he have the pass rushing ability of Street? No, he doesn't. But I think that the overall consistency in the run game is going to make a big, big difference. I can guarantee you this. Fred Warner, Dre Greenlaw, and Aziz love Maurice Hurst playing in front of them. He makes their job so much easier. Want to say thank you to Josh and Anthony, the executive producers of this series. Man, they are killing it. And for us, this is number 31, Maurice Hurst. We're just going to keep counting them down.